RV1, I'm Mark Rosenthal with you on this Tuesday, tracking yet another major nor'easter coming for southern New England. But I got to tell you something, folks. You know what's great about not being on live TV is I can tell you how it is. I can say whatever I want. This is what I'm going to tell you. This storm has been one pain in the ass to call. How about that for pure honesty? So let's get into it and see what we have for you in terms of the weather headline. Sorry, I hope it didn't offend you. Heavy snow tomorrow inland, heavy rain along the coast, east to northeast winds picking up 25 to 50 miles an hour. Could be some flooding along the coast at the time of high tide. High tide in Boston Harbor tomorrow afternoon is at 3:18. Could be some flooding of streams, streets, and basements from Boston to Providence, as we're talking about another 1 to 3 inches of rain possible on top of the already saturated ground. Some of the trees are going to topple because they can't handle any more water, certainly if the winds pick up to 50 miles an hour. And again, flooding is possible of streams, streets, and basements. All right, watches and warnings. This is the deal. In gold, it's a wind advisory, or a high wind warning, I should say, from Gloucester down to Boston to Cape Cod. Winds could gust to 60 miles per hour tomorrow afternoon. You see the purple offshore. That's a marine storm warning. In the other light purple zone, in the 128 belt, is a winter weather advisory put out by the National Weather Service. But the winter storm warning is not that far away from Boston on the western side of 128. The National Weather Service in Taunton feels that winter storm criteria could be met tomorrow afternoon. We'll have to wait and see if that's the real world. My sense is if this storm track verifies, even out to 495, snow could mix with a change to sleet in or freezing rain for a while. Now, as you look at the national temperature structure, you have to scratch your head and say, Mark, where's all the cold air for snow? I mean, you see the 40-degree isotherm from Boston up to Glens Falls, and even across northern New England, temperatures are running in the 30s. All the Arctic air is west of Hudson's Bay, so that makes me suspect as well. Let's put on the national map. The old gale center that raised havoc last week is well out in the Atlantic. We have a narrow bubble of high pressure from Quebec over New England right now, but two storms, one near Chicago and another one near Atlanta. That's the main squeeze. The one in Chicago is going to die. The one in Atlanta takes over the main circulation, moving northeast, coming up the coast, hugging the coast, bringing milder air in. Radar shows, as we look at the latest radar loop, and you'll be able to see a swath of snow back through Lake Ontario, central Pennsylvania, a little burst of rain. Heavier rain now from the Carolinas all the way down to the North Florida, the Gulf of Mexico, where there are some thunderstorms along the cold front. Snow's falling primarily back into the Great Lakes southwest through Chicago and through portions of Missouri. Those two areas of precipitation will get together. There's a lot of moisture with this storm, and we are going to get a lot of precipitation. So let's cut to the chase. This is the weather map for 7 o'clock tomorrow morning from the GFS. Low pressure just south of New England with no real strong cold heart of the north. We're going to have an east wind funneling off ocean temperature, where the ocean temperatures are running close to 40 degrees right now, and that's going to do the coast in from Boston to Providence to the Cape. I just think you have to go to rain. If the storm track verifies further southeast, for example, the European has the low center well south of New England tomorrow night. If that storm track were to verify, we'd be snowing to beat the band. So this is what I'm thinking in terms of snowfall. Very little once you get from Plymouth to Cape Cod. In the immediate greater Boston area, 1 to 3 inches. When you get to the 128 belt, 3 to perhaps as much as 6 inches. 6 seems high to me. When you get out to 495, on the eastern side of 495, 4 to 8. And from Worcester County north and west, 8 to 15 plus. That's where the jackpot is going to be. So locally, overnight in Boston, cloudy, cool, maybe a rain or snow shower. It'll be in the middle and upper 30s. Here's your 5-day forecast, which of course, including tomorrow, we'll have a burst of snow in Boston, perhaps piling up 7 inches, then changing to rain along the coast with the rain line slowly advancing inland. It'll be near 33 well inland, 40 along the coast. Heavy rain tomorrow night, might flip back to snow before winding down. The other thing we have to watch tomorrow night is the mid-level circulation at 10,000 feet at 700 millibars. If that low center comes very close to us, we could get dry slotted and the precipitation could shut off. If that circulation stays south of us, we'll stay in the heavy precip from Boston south. I'm watching that potential. Now, on the backside of the storm, Thursday and Friday, there's going to be a cold upper air low pressure area hanging over us. Occasional snow showers, windy and cold in the mid-30s. Cold on Saturday and Sunday, partly sunny. It'll be near 40. Last night, it looked like we could have another big storm coming up the coast for Monday and Tuesday. Right now, I do not think that's going to happen. So that's my forecast. Thanks for checking in. Please stay tuned for updates. I'm Mark Rosenthal.